Hi, everybody. This is Kelly. Welcome back to Bog Panda. I'm at, yeah, let's try that again.
Bog Panda.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Bog Panda. I'm Kelly at KELLYTHUL on Twitter and Instagram.
I am Dr. Mike at Official Pagan on everything. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on notifications, come back, leave another comment. Check out our merch store, Soda Cup t-shirts. Pick them up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll see how these videos come out in terms of order, but the first appearance of Mike's new favorite term threw me because I think the last show we recorded, I didn't do the like and subscribe stuff because I was still staggering from from the intro. I think I might have been thrown. So sorry about that.
You're welcome.
There you go. Well, we just wanted to kind of follow up a little bit on the Utilimark AimTrak light gun that we have put a video out on. It gives you basically step by step what you need to do to get that up and running on your AtGames Legends or AtGames Mini thing. And it's a very nice, very serviceable light gun, in my opinion. I didn't get the one that has the recoil on it, which I think probably could be pretty cool. Probably feels a little heavier in the hand as well, but it would have required even additional power for that. So I kind of went just with the standard one. Been enjoying it quite a bit. A lot of Terminator 2 action and a few other of the many fine light gun games that are available on CoinOps X. So it's been really kind of cool to play. But so we gave you that video. Go back and check that out. It'll give you all of what you need to do to get it going because it's not quite as easy as you might think. But at least I found it a little challenging. But once that's up and running, I was good. But then I said, I need to do better. But there were a couple things that I needed to do to really enhance my experience. And so I guess before I get into that, are you in market yet for this light gun, Mike? Where are you at?
I will be very soon. So my plan was to get one final cabinet that was going to be a shooting cabinet. Buck Hunter came out. It looked really nice, but I'm not that. I do enjoy those games, but I'm not that big a fan to dedicate the space specifically to that game. So when Terminator 2 was announced, that was one of the two that I had my heart set on. It was either going to be Terminator 2 or it was going to be House of the Dead. Now, I would have loved to have seen Revolution X or Carnival, both shooting games that I really love, but realistically, we were not going to get that. Revolution X, you got tons of licensing issues, not just likenesses and things like that, but with music and all that good stuff. And Carnival weirdly just kind of appeared and disappeared. It seems fondly remembered by the people that know it, but it never had any sort of ports to any other platform. So I assume it didn't do well, but I'm not really sure. There's just not that much about it. So my heart was set on House of the Dead or Terminator 2. Of course, as we know, Arcade 1UP announced a Terminator 2 cabinet, and it came with two exciting features: the Terminator 2 game and a making of video on the AtTrack on the AtTrack screen. So I was a little insulted by that, given the price of it, which I understand. Again, it had to be a Terminator cabinet, but I don't understand how they couldn't put just Terminator 3 on there, which was a very similar game. I would have probably purchased it if I got two games on there because again, I'm leaving these cabinets more or less stock. Specifically the Arcade 1UP ones, but you can easily just use CoinOps X on the Legends. So now that everything's coming together, and I was disappointed in what they did with that. It doesn't look like a House of the Dead is coming anytime soon. I've even read, and I didn't do a ton of research into this, but I've read on a couple of sources now that apparently assets from the original game are lost. And there is a remake of it, like an HD remake that's out, but I don't know if that's what I would want if they put out a cabinet of that. So a good option, just like, pinball on AtGames Legends has kind of become my thing, and I don't necessarily feel like I need to rush out and buy a pinball table now because of that, because that's really kind of satisfying that for me. So the idea of using a light gun for that to kind of cover that part of the game room is very appealing to me.
Yeah, and with the mini, I mean, you're kind of best of both worlds. You'll be able to have it rotated one way for your when you want to kind of make it pinball, and then go back the other way when you want to do the light gun games. And so it's a pretty versatile machine, particularly when you pair it up with CoinOps X or something like that, and the various pinball packages as well. So it's pretty cool. So since you're probably in market, we're gonna step you through some things that we'll set you up with when you get it. That will enhance your experience significantly because it has mine. The first part, and you saw it in the other video, was that why their initial instructions are, oh yeah, you just put the sensor up on the top of your Legends and you're good to go. Doesn't work that way. It's got to actually be a couple inches from above the display screen. There's space to put it there. That's not going to interfere with your field of play. It doesn't really jump out, but there's nothing to hang it on or whatever. So I scientifically built this fine shelf initially, this little cardboard shelf when I was calibrating it, and that was in the other video, talked about it.
And do you have an engineering background?
You would think, but no, I just kind of came up with that one. I used to dress up. I don't know if you know this, but I have one of the only remaining original prop egg from the movie Piranha. I don't think I've ever mentioned that. I don't believe. I used to dress it up for various video shows we did. So I'm more of an art. I have an arts and crafts degree, and so I use my arts and crafts degree to create that fine cardboard shell. I did see online that for $6 I could order a 3D printed shelf that I could attach to it, and I thought, oh, that would be pretty cool. But then I said, hey, who's got two thumbs in a 3D printer? This guy. So rather than just kind of grab the model and looked at it, it was a full shelf, and it's like, this sensor bar is super light. And so it's like, I don't need to build a full shelf for it. It's be bulky and it's a lot of plastic. It'll be a longer print. And so, as I do with all my kind of things, I do a little prototype initially and kind of built something to eventually get the right angle for a shelf to attach onto, and actually would attach on that way, and it would sit on there facing out. So I got the angle right on that, and then I just printed basically two 30 millimeter wide little shelf parts. The sensor bar itself comes with adhesive on either end. It's really strong. Attached it to the bottom there. Use some of the command hook attachments to kind of attach the shelves to the back of the Legends unit, and put up just kind of two little parts and set it on top there, and it works like a champ. And I've looked at some pictures of the Mini and how it works and how the screen rotation works. And this is like right up where the bevel comes in for the speakers, is where you put the best place to put the light gun. And those shelves are big enough that you can tuck the cord behind it and run it down the side and kind of keep everything tidy. And so got that. And so I've got a couple of shelf brackets. For those of you who are interested, who have a 3D printer, I will have those up on Thingiverse for you to just do a search.
So wait a second, are we basically turning into retro recipes?
Yeah, just almost exactly the same.
I mean, they should watch their backs. Clearly,
that's right, because
we're coming for them.
That's right, big time. So you're gonna go out there, the bottle will be out there, and you can resize it if you don't like the width of the shelf I picked out. But this was a lot easier to do, and if you don't have a 3D printer, but you'd really like a pair of these, leave us a message in the comments. We'll see what we can figure out, get you set up, because not a lot of work to print these shelves. So I got that done, and then I said, oh, I need a holster for my gun too, because that's not code. I needed a holster for the gun. So I looked again, and there are a lot of models out there that were really cool looking, but we're going to be big, long, 15, 20-hour prints, lots of plastic, lots of ways for things to go wrong. And so I said, I think I can bring that arts and crafts degree to play again. So did a prototype for that as well, where this is basically the slot that the gun will kind of slide down into. And then I did this little bevel thing out here. I'm trying to figure out a good way for folks to see it, but this little section out here to coil the fairly long USB cord that's there. And so did this prototype, eventually got it to where the gun fit kind of nice in it, added height to this as well. So it's a little sturdier, but a much lighter, smaller print than any other gun holster you'll have out there. That too will be out on Thingiverse for you as well. Do a search on AtGames and you'll find it. And
Let's do that. Retro recipes. That's two. One episode.
That's right. And again, same thing applies there, that if that's something you'd want. So Dr. Mike will, of course, be receiving all of this, all of this in the mail. And when that way he'll be all set up. When he gets his light gun, he's going to be ready to go. And, I think probably Command Hooks needs to, kind of do a sponsorship deal with us, because I'm attaching all my stuff.
See what we're doing here?
I'm attaching all my stuff with your, I'm going to create this surge for you of business.
Go watch Retro Recipes. We're basically the same thing.
That's right. Yeah. Just the zeros fall off our views. It was, it's basically the same audience.
So we haven't sold out. That's
we're staying true to a niche audience. But so a shelf for the sensor bar, and then a nice holster on the side. I had seen ones out there that take advantage of. There are a couple screws on the side of the Legends Ultimate and the Legends Mini that some folks build it so that you can basically go out and buy a slightly longer screw and run it through there on the unit. I find that Command Hooks, future sponsor of Bog Panda, work just fine. And it's worked out really well, because the light gun's not a particularly heavy unit. The holster I built's got hardly any weight to it at all. The sensor bar's nothing. So it all worked out really well. So now Command Hooked to my Legends is gun holster, sensor bar, and then the restrictor plate that we talked about a long time ago, so that you can, for your Legends or Legends Mini, kind of get to a 4-position or 2-position or whatever you need to do. That's another one. We'll include a link of that video as well, attached by Command Hooks. And that model I didn't do, but it is also out on Thingiverse. So we can't take credit for that one. But we can take credit for a video talking about it.
Yes, we can.
There you go. So if you guys get any other ideas for hacks or Arcade 1-Up owners, if you're saying, I really wish I had something like this, I'm pretty sure that the utility mark AimTrak will work with, I think it might work with an Arcade 1-Up. I'm not sure so much when you kind of hack into those and how that all works out. But if that is a gun that you use, regardless of whether you have a Legends or not, what I've got should be workable. As long as a Command Hook will stick to it, you'll be good to go. Like I said, just hit us up in the comments if this is something you'd really like to have. We'll figure something out on that. If you've got a printer, the models will be up there for you, because we're givers here at Bog Panda. That's what we do.